Hello. It's kit time. Hooray. It says gleefully. Alright. Let's see if this all works. It does. Just a little bit loud, but fix that quick. Oh, that's of course just changing everything. That makes more sense. Cool. All right. I saved my progress. Hooray. So yesterday we played this, started it off. It was like, yo, we're going to go get the things that I'm missing. And we had all the hopes and dreams in the world to get it taken care of. And then an hour into the stream, I got really tired and needed to go to sleep. And then that's where we ended it. And then it was just like, oh, Kit, like, why? What? I thought you were like gung-ho and doing all this stream stuff and like, what the fuck? So I am. And I could probably turn this up like a slight bit. Yeah. Man, now that I have good headphones, like this makes great sense. Anywho, yeah, I was really tired from yesterday and I was like, I'm gonna sleep for a little bit. And then I thought about it some more and I'm like, actually, you know what? I should be able to sleep for till a good time, like maybe 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock sounds like a good time to sleep to. I'll get like my full 8 hours. And then just be in a good mindset to move forward for the next day. And then I proceeded to not sleep for an extra like 2 hours, so I got 6 hours of sleep. But because work has me have the day off today, which, you know, fair, I don't care. Just get stuff done. We're gonna finish up the Arceus plan that I had, where the goal is to either catch a Rowlet, shiny Rowlet, rather, or at least one shiny Eevee. That is the plan. And we have so many plans for today. Like my schedule for today is current. Yeah, today should be a decent day, all things considered. I'm just gonna use all this for right now. Oh no, all the grit gravel I ever had, it's all going away. Oh no. We'll get some more later. Hello, mass outbreaks. So I'm still going up here to the to this area, specifically because there are still a few Pokemon here that we need, and it's the least that we need compared to everywhere else, with Crimson Mirelands being a close second. However, this place is the only place that has a Sweenub, so if we could just get a shiny Sweenub and then just get out of the way, or Piloswine or Mamoswine, we're set. But also, around here, over here is one of the spots that Eevee can spawn, so that's something else that we want to be on lookout. There's a Basculin, that's another thing we need to be on lookout for. And then further to the west, there are other things that we can find. So main goal today, similar to the last time we streamed this, aka yesterday, is finding a, what up, Sparks? Finding a shiny Rowlet or Eevee. But obviously I'm still looking for all of them. So, and we're not going to waste our like searches. Because there's still quite a few that we need, that it just makes sense to do this. So I'm going to head on over here, check the Pilo swine. That's a Mammo swine. And then we're going to just take a brief detour. So how are you doing, Sporkertons? Head on over here. As well, there's Apoms over here. There's a chance for an Eevee, which there's one right there. And then there is another chance over here. Wherever the Apom spawn, there is a chance that an Eevee can spawn. Cool. I'll teleport over here. And this is going to be what our pathing is for the Alabaster Icelands moving forward, until we find a Sweetub. Hilo Swine or a Mammo Swine. If we find those, then it's really just going to be looking for Basculin. But we're not going to have to go here for massive mass outbreaks anymore. There is still that is the tiniest drift blim I've ever seen. Hold on. Look at how tiny that one is. That's like abnormally small. Alright. There's still Trash Burmy and Trash Wormadam I still need. However, I'm going to just look for those in the Cobalt Coastlands. Because that's also where Basculin is. So, if we find one, sick. If we don't, whatever. Red server managed to hide from Legion and Shack till endgame. Yeah. Probably not going to play 2v8 today. I don't really want to, but I know at some point I'm going to probably have to join in for stuff like that because there's blood point rewards. But Sparkertons, which you could be doing, is helping me. Just kidding, Sparks. Okay. So that's a demo? No, that's fair. Ace Attorney. Sparks waiting forever for me to play Ace Attorney as well. Okay, I don't know if in the massive mass outbreaks here, if Eevee can spawn, because I know for mass outbreaks they can. So that's something I need to look into later. As of now. For Abra. Awesome. Nothing. Deuces. Alright. Cobalt Coastlands it is. We don't need a Ralts, so. This. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and potentially 6. Okay, this is a good chance. So, Blue Shellos is actually something that we need for Blue Gastrodon. So we'll just head over here first, see what we get. Gotta be there. I was gonna say there's gotta be more spawning in. Okay. This could be huge. I mean, Empoleon is one of the ones that we need. So Piplup and Prinplup showing up, that is huge. One of these days we'll also find a shiny Burmy. But it's like the EVs and the Rowlets are like the big ones that we're looking for. Like those are the ones that really will kick off some plans. So yeah. Hello, buddies. Sparks, have you finished the P5X event yet? Okay. This is going to be interesting. Nope. Yeah, I'm also hoping to finish the event today. I think I should be able to. Because the idea for today is starting with this, working on script stuff, and then I'm going to go from script stuff to planning out some challenge stuff. And then for planning out challenge stuff, I want to finish P5X stuff before Doge gets home. Because once Doge gets home at 5, we're going to be playing P5R. And then after P5R, when he goes to sleep, I'll be streaming Hades. So we got a lot of streams today. That's the plan. Hello, Piplups. The Piplups be running away. A new horde seems to have formed. That's fine. Sick. There's potential. There's still potential. I mean, we had such good luck yesterday. There could be more. Shellos is next. I would say Fidion's next, but that's fine. That's right. I timed that perfectly. I mean, Fidion's another one that the focus do be there. But I think we should have enough time to head to each area. Hello. Does one of you want to be slightly brighter than the others? That's the real question. One of you could be slightly brighter. Ow. Can't believe you. So mean. Bit longer. Bit longer is always worrisome. Okay, cool. Alright, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to head over here. And it's a clean bucket to the Fidians. You don't see shit. Okay, this is the big one, though. I have to save. Because Fidion has a tendency to say, yo, I'm booking it. There is a possibility. There they are. I get hit. Could be fun. Yeah, this is working pretty good. Nothing. Alright. We'll hit the usual spots and then just go from there. The rainstorm's about to clear up. That's crazy. Since we were already back there, I don't think I saw any shaking trees. So we'll just hold off on that. Hello, Angry Empoleon. No, don't wanna fight you right now. There's still the concept of wanting to do the permutation stuff, if at all possible. Like, we could have done it for the Prinpulps. I'm still not at the point where I think I need to, unless it's a Rotom. Like, Rotom, I still think is, like, absolutely... Well, no, I didn't do that last time. Like, I did it once. I think it's just because there's so much I still need to catch and, like, still need to level up. Like, that's the reason why. So. Well, we'll float around. Nothing super great. Shaking trees haven't been really useful for us. Gotta go down here and then around. I technically don't need to. There's Remoraid's around here, but like, I just have to cut to the side to go to this rock. So. Over here, got Fish, and then over here there's Basculin and Remoraid. Remoraid's also one that I really want to check off our list, like, sooner rather than later, just because it means then I can cut out this entire, like, section over here. Because this is another spot where there's, like, a bunch of Remoraid, but like, the only reason you go over here is for Remoraid. You could also go here for Quillfish, but it's not super useful. There's some angry ducks. I don't understand why the ducks would be angry with me. I blame Sparks. That's the infamous Apom tree. Straight up. I will always know that that's Apom tree. There is also a single Eevee that will spawn right around here. There's also this tree that has nothing. Huh? There was an alpha Golduck. It looked angry at me. I just figured you sent the angry duck after me. How many guava berries do I have? 83? Back on top. No, you didn't? A likely story. It's a rogue duck. A likely story. Another one. Go check Alabaster Icelands first. That is what we call a no. That is what we call a nope. We're not going there. Sparks, you're always going to be known as the person who just loves ducks. Like how I somehow became the person who likes sheep, even though wolf is what I like more. Neko likes dogs. We could just all agree on that one. Definitely not cats. Okay, there's a basculin. There's a basculin set, so I think we go Happiny and then go from there. Let's go check the Happiny. It's Blossy over on Twitch. How you doing, Blossels? College is whipping your ass. How so? Of course, the moment the Blossy shows up, that's when the Happinies have to get caught. Escaped. Wow, they're escaping. I gotta go down here. What Pokemon am I being targeted by? Alright, this is the big one. I'm gonna have to save before this. There's a potential for great masculine treasures here. We just need 2. 1, 2. Swimming away, that's fine. It's fine. No, don't you do it! No! Okay, that's fine. No Basculegion. Damn. Nada. Got this, Blossy. I believe in you. We'll be okay. We'll just catch Biggins there before things happen. Excuse me. Don't be making those noises at me. Hwah? Hwah? Yeah, Hwah. What up, Neko? There is a single Shellos left, isn't there? Nope, I already caught all of them. Sick. That tree just shake. Missing streaming? Yeah, I can see that. But vacations are necessary, so I'm told. So. Sporks is screaming your name from the YouTube chat. I'm gonna scream and shout to let it all out. And scream and shout and let it out. And we say Oreos are really good. And this is a burn me in the tree. Sporkerson. Dang. Spork's got another new name. Baby, know about the autumn when the leaves are falling down. You know all the pretty colors slowly wither to the ground. Well, I don't remember the words of the song. I just know there's like spread your wings and fly away. And it's been about 5 years since I listened to the song I'm singing. When you also know about springtime, life returns in such galore. Enjoyed it all the more. I'm bad at remembering lyrics nowadays. I was doing pretty good remembering the lyrics for Astronaut Airlines, and then just kind of crash and burn in the middle. Set the date, mark your calendar for something supernatural at the chicken nugget shop down on the road. No beef there, so ethereal, be there. Universally divine. I don't want to miss a spot. Actually, I think of songs that I know off the top of my head, I think my hometown is... I do know this one? Hold on. I gotta think this one through real quick. But if I just gotta remember how it goes and then I can do it. These roads will take me back home to all the blazing crimson sky. Smell the fresh bread from the bakery. All of my friends gathered up. A gust of wind blows. Please tell my friends my soul will return to the sky above our hometown. While clouds go across, please tell my friends. I think I got some of the lyrics wrong, actually, now that I think about it. Under our hometown, leave the gates wide open, I will be there. I'll be there. I don't have a good singing voice though, so it's whatever. Hello. 2 trees for the price of 1. Welcome to my secret lair. Let's go fishing mountain. I hope that you've enjoyed your stay so far. Oh, there's a Murkrow. So you met my assistant Scarface. His appearance is quite disturbing. You know what? I gotta go check for the woof woofs. I like how Neko also, like, generally asked what a Hwah is, and I immediately just said it's a Hwah, and then just left it there. Like, it's a Hwah. How else am I supposed to describe a Hwah? You figured you would get no answer? It's a Hwah. When its wings go out, it goes Hwah. So it's a Hwah. However, I was informed that the multi-purpose fox is in fact not a fox. However, it is a fox. We streaming this time of day. I have the day off from work, as in work just gave me the day off. Just got back from work. How was work? How am I predictable? Now it's like, oh, Kit, I mean, we have to go say hi to the Zorua that's there. I can listen. Now I got to think of something like not as predictable to do. Who's remember? Who's remember? Maybe the church stream time. Yeah, so I kind of explained it a little bit last stream, but I'm going to explain it again here. So work today or yesterday, like I got through all my work super fast, and then they were like, okay, by the way, like we're not sure if we're going to be opening for like Saturday because we're open some Saturdays, but like if we do, then you're going to work it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I'll just vibe or whatever. Who cares? And they're like, cool, but like since you can't work like 6 days a week, you have to take 1 day off. So I was like, okay, just pick a day. And it was like, well, you can't do Wednesday because this person comes back. You can't do this day because it's busy. You can't do this day because there's already 3 people that are going to be off that day. So oops. So Tuesday. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, by the way, you know, the schedule for Saturday, we currently have nobody on it. So they're like, yeah, we're not really expecting to fill it. Probably won't happen. But like, you're either going to work 4 days this week or 5. And we didn't want to risk you working 6. So you're going to be working 4 days. And we're probably not going to be open on Saturday. So enjoy Tuesday off. So I just kind of like sat there and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I have the day off. And then, you know, I asked like, oh, what happens if you know, what happens if, you know, we don't work Saturday? And they're just like, well, I guess you just work 4 days this week. So, yeah. So, in the long and short of it, that is why I have today off from work and why I'm streaming right now. Um, I mean, I didn't really fight it. I just... like, oh no, I'm not going to be making that much money this paycheck. Is what it is. I have other things that I'm working on, and I'm spending today after the stream working on them, so that should be fun. Bye, Blossy. So yeah, that's the story on why Kit is working today. Or not working today. Yeah, like, I've gone back and forth on if I think that my work is trying to get rid of me or not. I don't know. I just get frustrated by a whole lot. I know that our main dentist, he wants to keep me around because I do actually put in, like, the work and the effort to try to, like, help him out, to making sure he's getting, like, properly paid. But there's also just stuff that I just don't agree with, and I finally, like, so on Saturday when they did, like, the meeting, I fully admitted yesterday, like, I fully admitted that I wasn't really paying attention to it because, like, it was a Saturday, I was getting paid, and, like, I didn't really want to be there, so I just was, like, zoned out. And then I got, like, the recap on what happened during, like, the meeting. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't know where to move my hands to, like, mute the mic. I just sneezed into the mic. I'm so sorry. Holy fuck. Ow. Hi, man, this one. So, like, I read through, like, the notes, and I'm just not a fan. It kind of, like, they want to, like, change some things, and it kind of makes it seem like my job is going to go into, like, a way that is very much more sales. Like, massively sales. No. Oh, that's so fast. And, like, I know I'm, like, a pseudo salesperson-ish, but, like, it's very much just, like, do this, and I have to, like, think of, like, discounts and everything that I can give to convince people to stay. And, like, I'm not entirely good at that, so... Rolls critical, yeah. Mine... Here's the thing. So, it baffles me how other offices are, at my job. And that's not in a bad way. That's not in a bad way. I should specify. So a while back, I found out that like our head like corporate office, where like, you know, all the big bosses and stuff are, apparently there's always like murmurs. Like it sounds like my name gets like thrown around a bunch, and it's not so much in like a negative light unless it's my like direct like regional managers. It's more the fact that like everyone's like, yeah, no, kit stats are great, really good, like, you know, he's on top of it, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. That's good to know. And like our marketing manager like informed me of that like quite a while ago. So I'm like, so I know that the like that office, the higher up office, like knows them doing good. I don't know why my name specifically gets passed around, but I'm wondering if it starts off as a bad reason and then it becomes a good reason. I don't know. But we had some help from two other offices recently, just because a lot of people were off for a few days. And you know, it's some people that like I haven't seen in like a few months and everything, and they're just like, and you know, we're just chatting and everything, and they're just like, yeah, no, we have so and so helping, but like they're nowhere near as good as you. Like your grades, like, you know, this person talks about, or this doctor talks about wanting you to be part of our office, and I'm just sitting there like, excuse me. Here's the thing, I don't question that I'm good at my job per se. I question the fact that like people hold the job to a really high standard is the thing. Like with previous jobs, like, okay, like with when I was like in banking, right? Like there's so many people who are in that banking role, so it's just like if you stand out in front of that, it's you against like a lot of other people who are in that same sort of vein. And we're gonna really quickly check this one before I back out. What's the thing? I think the upper management that for my office don't like me, but that's also because I'm very critical of them. But the other ones who also know I'm critical, I don't know. But at banking, like, but there's so many like people who are in the same role, like standing out for that. Like, okay, cool, makes sense to me. Like, yeah, I'm standing out and I'm doing like good work, so sick. That being said, this role, like, I don't want to downplay like receptionists and stuff like that. Like, they are important roles, but like they're helping like keep everything in check and like getting scheduling stuff going and making sure people are checked in on time. Like, cool. There's nothing over here, so we need to switch. But like in the grand scheme of things, like the only part of my job that I know would be hard to replace is somebody talking about like how insurance works, like dental insurance, and how that works with paying for dental treatment here in the States. Like, I know dental insurance like the fucking back of my hand, like pretty good with it. And everyone else there can check people in and out in the front desk. People can make sure they sign their correct forms. People can work on some of the like work queues that we have. Like, it's not difficult in the slightest. I see that Zora in the corner, but it's not worth it. But I always like I always repeatedly tell like my office I work with that I'm there just to check people in and out and to like damage control in case things get like really bad. Like, we have sometimes people, because scheduling, like if other people schedule stuff, listen, if I schedule something wrong, I'm going to own up to it. But there's times where like we're trying to follow a really strict schedule, like flow, and somebody will still book something in the wrong spot, and then like they have to wait like an extra 15 minutes. But I'm really good at like the damage control part of like keeping the person calm and like telling them, like having them understand why it's going to be a wait and such. Like, I'm pretty good in that aspect. But that's like my only like shunning thing, other than like talking about dental insurance. But everything else, like anyone else can do. So I always tell like the team, like, you know, they're the heroes. They're doing the dentistry. What up, Spring? They're the ones like doing the actual like work. It's stuff that I can never do. Heck, I joked around with a patient the other day where like, because of my tendency to get injured, because he was asking about like kind of all the scars on my hands and everything, which was from like previous jobs. I was just like, listen, if I ever did the same job that they do at the office, like, oh man, I probably would lose a finger inside somebody's mouth, and that would be such a big disaster. Like, that's why I can't do what they do. So then receptionist with mess hard worker does bulk work, which looks 2 days a week. And see, like, yeah, no, I at least get all my work done, but like I openly admit that all my work is a piece of cake compared to everybody else's, and like anyone could really do it. So like I'm super open about it. But there's still a lot of other things that I want to get done and do, so. I suppose. I guess it doesn't help that I've done like a lot of work that's very similar, so it just feels like second nature to me. I don't want to deal with those right now. I don't need Promo Pass. I literally just need Nose Pass, so that sucks. Whatever. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, War. It's just... I shrug my shoulders. I'm just like, it's not that bad. But still, like, my job's easily the most replaceable one. We actually have people who've, like, called in to see if they can, like, apply for the position. Which, that's a little concerning. Like, I don't see how people are calling out of the blue about like wanting to work at front desk, and like me answering it, I'm just like, oh, there's nothing like that, goodbye. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just put a post up being like, oh yeah, we're hiring for front desk, and I'm like, oh, but that's my job. Oh. But it's fine. Oh yeah, the spreadsheets. Oh, that's the other thing I gotta work on today before P5R. I have the first of the spreadsheets I need to make for videos. I need to finish today. I gotta edit the script. I gotta make the spreadsheets that you can use alongside it. I gotta make some tweaks and stuff, and then I gotta touch base with Derpy afterwards. Need to really get the ball rolling, so. But no, the idea stuff that I have. I'm excited. I need to get things moving. Being in debt is no bueno. But also doing things that you don't enjoy is also no bueno, so kind of just have to roll with the punches. I also have some like Nikkei stuff I need to work on too, because I know once spring finally finds time in life again, I know we want to get that going. So much to do, so much to do. I'm excited for it all. I think the biggest task though is at least like I want the videos to look. So I think I'll touch base with Derpy tonight. There's a lot going on through my head. I also have been, speaking of jobs, like I have been looking for like new jobs, but the thing is, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to just like face the music on this, or if I just have to like, I just need to be like expanding my search elsewhere. I was like, oh, you know, I should do like looking for jobs just kind of close by, like maybe X amount of minutes away. Like we'll see how that goes. And there's a lot of like jobs that are like available in the cities here, but there are some real crazy people down there, and I kind of understand why no one wants to take those jobs, is because like that business is gonna get fucked up. You know, I should really check to see how many Pokemon are in the box right now. Do that when we go to the next area. How's this looking? Excuse me. We'll still go here. Still looking for Sweetums. So. How full are boxes? Okay, they're not terrible. Also would like to move you to there. I forgot that I got another Bronzor, so now we have a ridiculous amount of shields. I kind of forgot that this was all from that previous day, as in yesterday. Okay. Not terrible. I don't need... I mean, we did get the Ursa ring, so... Or Ursaluna, excuse me. Look at that big Piloswine! You'd think with all the Sweenubs we're seeing that, like, that would be one we get. No EVs, nothing. Okay. I need to double check this. Because I could be wrong. There's only two types of Basculin, right? Because like how there's two different Shellos, like the pink and the blue one. There's two different types of basculin, right? Pink and blue. Because I thought I read somewhere while I was like trying to like come up with everything that there's a third one, but I think they're referring to the Arceus specific Basculegion. That's what I'm presuming. I haven't looked it up since, but it's like that should be something I might want to look into. But I also don't remember where the red versions of Basculin are. Because I think I've only seen blue. Also, I need it to be daytime as much as possible. Like, I was thinking about it. The fact that Drifloon and Drifblim's just, like, completely overwrite, like, all Pokemon, it feels like, when it's nighttime. Apoms, Apoms. Another Apoms, Avapom. To morning we go. While I'm at it. You know, that's something that I wish I could look into more. I don't really have the time nor the willpower to, but that is something I was always wondering about. So we talked before about how like annoying the space-time distortion Pokemon are, and like trying to catch them is just going to be a trial and a half, which is why I offered to trade with Sparks and Derpy for any shinies that they have in Scarlet and Violet that are from the space-time distortions, just because like it makes the most sense. But I'll also be playing through the games myself relatively soon, just after I do the first part of what I want to do in Arceus. But I keep seeming to recall, and I don't know if this is just me like not paying attention and that's why, or something else, but I think there's a way you can manipulate space-time distortions through resting. Do I want to try it? Not particularly. No. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, got a lot of options here. I mean, we'll go here first. There and the Crimson Marlins are like the two that have the least. So here's my rationale. I seem to recall, I could be completely wrong, but I seem to recall during some Arceus streams in the past that we got I would rest. That was a Alpha Snow Rat. Cool. We would rest to like heal up our Pokemon, and by doing so I would check the map and see that a space-time distortion pop like is up. It is like halfway to like starting. And that would be after, like, it wouldn't be like a short rest. Like, I would rest to, like, a specific time on the day. Oh, fuck. Oh. What's this place done? But anywho, I seem to recall that being a thing. Now, it could be that, like, I just was the most inattentive person paying attention to the map and just didn't realize that a space-time distortion was up. But I don't know. I feel like, you know, I don't really want to deal with those guys. They can be there. They can live. I'm just gonna go this way. Um, I have this weird memory that like I feel pretty confident that you could rest and like it would still consider the counter. So like ideally you would want to rest for what would ever be seen as like a few minutes in game. But that doesn't make sense based off of like everybody else, like what everyone else says, right? Where it's like you have to wait like real world minutes before the space-time distortion spawns. But like I swear it could just be once again like me just not remembering properly or just being inattentive at the map. I swear that like I would rest and then I would like there'd be one that was like halfway to being filled in. Because I'm still adamant. It's like how I felt with like Viva Pinata with the famous Pokemon. Like there's a way that you could like rig it in your favor to like get an actual famous Pinata. I might have said Pokemon, but I meant Pinata. You can get like a famous Pinata, and I think there's a way that you could probably like rig it in your favor, but no one's like looked at the code to do that. The same sort of thing I feel like is possible in Arceus. I just wish I knew I wish I knew just kind of like how to like look for those things or like what I would even think about to test it. But also too, like I feel like there is a way to consistently get whatever it's called. There's a way to consistently get the space-time distortions to spawn. And if you could do it at like a 5-minute interval, that would make probably a lot of shiny hunters really happy. And you'd also probably have like the most viewed Arceus video ever figuring that out. There was like the Reddit post talking about Jubilife, but like I don't think that does work, so but I don't know. Like I'm not a coder or anything, but I wonder if like if you look in the code, you just see like the info for space-time distortions and there's like one line that's like, oh wait, you can get it just to trigger consistently. It's these things. There's no way I'm yawning right now. That's crazy. All right, question. How do I evolve Piloswine? I don't remember. If I had to guess, I think it's an ancient power one. I think it's like Piloswine has to be a certain level and no ancient power. That is my yes. While I'm at it, I'm gonna max you out so that way I can. Kudos to the people out there who can remember every single like specific level and way that a Pokemon evolves. Because Lord knows I can't. My memory might be good for some things, but not everything. Let's see if I can get you to 80. 3 more. Fine, 1 more. Alright, let's get you... This is why Google Docs exist. I know, and I do want to like make a Google Doc of my own to like remember all of this stuff. I can like loan to people. That's a different time. 60. Oh, you should probably be able to evolve right now, huh? Right? Yeah. Alright, that's Mamoswine done, so do I need to go to the Alabaster Islands again? I think the answer is no. No, I'm just gonna keep this guy for now. I actually think I get a bunch of gravel if I were to release everything, right? I should be able to just release everything and then I should be able to get like a good chunk of gravel. I don't need to do the duplication method right now. Not needed, but okay. So I think like I've been trying to do a lot of this from memory. I need to see what options I have for the Alabaster Iceland still, and if it's even worth ever going back. I would, I mean, unless there's like a basculin like thing, but I don't think that'll be the case. Yeah, and it's only been those basculin. Yeah, I know with the videos I want to make, though, I do want to make, like, have my own, like, my Google Docs to, like, help people out. That's kind of just what the stuff I want to make is just helping people out, and that way they don't have to be stressed with how they do their stuff. Okay, that's all done. You should give me, so grit dust, grit pebbles, grit gravel, grit rocks. Appreciate it. Yeah, I figured as much. Let's finish you. It's nice that we have a bunch of grit dust. And grit gravel's like the next easiest thing to get, so... Also, I really should, like, rename all these Pokemon. At least the ones that, like, I have, that have, like, not been, like, traded to me. Okay, that's done. The things you do for post-game stuff, right? I hope you all get used to this noise. Haunts my dreams. So many beeping noises. Rock on everything. Look at the 372 bump up to like 4. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. The rocks really do make a big difference. Like Memoswan should go to like 370. 365, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Let's see what else I need in Alabaster Islands. Let's see. Alabaster Islands. Surveys. Better place for this. I like how there's like standard spawns, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, I don't really need to know that. Pokemon, please. So Eevee is still here. The star. That's what I mean. Oh, there's a mass outbreak that can happen. Oh, hello. Hold on, there's a mass outbreak of Eevee that can happen on Alabaster Islands. I forgot about that. Is there anything else? Basculin. So it really is just Burmy, Wormadam, technically Eevees, and Basculin. But Basculin is so much easier somewhere else, so I don't think it's worth it. I think we're done with that area. Alright. So we don't have to go back to Alabaster Islands anymore, unless there's like a outbreak that I absolutely need, but it's a mass outbreak, not a massive mass outbreak. Also, we started this game 3 years ago. Crimson Mirelands is actually another place that we can try to finish. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this here. Okay, cool. All right, Crimson Mirelands. I mean, there's only 3 that I need here. Just one's significantly more difficult than the others. None of these. I don't need any of those. Okay. Let me go. Hold on. Let's check Cobalt Coulson's first. So, Growlithe. Is that only massive mass outbreaks? Okay, so the orange stars are massive mass outbreaks. So Growlithe can only show up in massive mass outbreaks. Interesting. Interesting stuff. What do you got? Nope. That is a 0 for both of those. I think what we do in this case is we just kind of go back and forth. Like, we don't need to, like, really explore the area. That's not entirely true. Like, we can. I'm, like, considering it. Hold on. If I go, so Alabaster Iceland's Pokemon. I mean, where do we? I mean, I still need to check all the shaking trees. Yeah. We'll still go back to Alabaster Iceland's. Because I have to look at for the shaking trees. It's like a few over here. Like, this is the hard part, is what's the route that we want to take? Because the thing is, we're now going to probably walk into other shinies that I don't need by doing all this. Luckily, like right here, there's the chance for the Eevee. And I know that I don't technically need Burmy and Wormadam trash because I already have the other versions. But I do want them just to, like, complete the set, right? Like, that's why I'm considering this as an option. I'm racking my brain. I'm like, is this a good idea or not a good idea? I mean, Cobalt Coastlands is just better. Not entirely, because Cobalt Coastlands, there's a chance of something else jumping out of the tree. In this game, you would have... Or sorry, in Alabaster Icelands, you would just have Burmy or Wormadam. It'd have to be over there. Okay, so something I just saw on the map that I should include in my, like, Basculin stuff is actually going over here. So apparently, yeah, there are some Basculin in here. I mean, I do think that this is like the easier way to find Basculin. I was also considering, like, not being on this, but I think since they stopped for a moment, I could just hit them with this real quick. Like, that is an option. I did consider, I will concede, I did consider Burmy and Wormadam trash to be another, like, extremely difficult find. That was one of the other ones that was on my top of the list of ones to find. I guess that's the other thing, though, too, is I would need Like, ideally, right? Is Burmian Wormadam in Scarlet and Violet? I don't even know if they're shaking trees or anything in that. Yeah, we'll still check the Alabaster Icelands because I still have to like go in circles, but it's gonna be not as good. And then Coronat Highlands just sucks for what we're trying to do, but I also need it to be continually daytime. Just so that way we have the best possible chance of finding EVs. Look at that EV. Well, hold on now. Hold on. Kit's get an idea. The Kit brain is working. Possibly. Part of me is like, oh, I could just keep going back and forth, and that's going to help with, like, the masculine sort of stuff. The problem is, that's not going to help with... That'll help with Basket and Eevee, absolutely, but that's not going to help with Burmy and Wormadam trash. I think I am legitimately, like, stuck having to just go to all the different trees, find it, and go. Luckily, we do see at least, like, 2 Eevee here, so there is a chance of something good. Just a matter of will we find it. I was also considering just throwing an Ultra Ball right off the bat just to catch the Basculin. I don't think that's necessary. Faking. Please, luck. No luck. I mean, once again, though, I'm still open to trading with people, but it's more the hunt aspect is what we're looking for. And then there's, once again, the whole take of a basculin. You know, I could look that up actually here in just a moment. Figure out how basculin works in this game. The crazy part about all this, right, is that while for most we've like seen like the various whatever it's called. In the past, we've seen like the various like evolutions. So like we've seen a version of them. Basculin, we just never seen it at all, which is shocking considering that in Pokemon Sword, that was the one that we got. Let me see. There is... You were on here somewhere. Where the fuck did this guy go? Why are you just no longer listed? What the fuck? I just... I think a spot check somewhere? There you are. Holy shit. Masculine Arceus. So this is just stuff from a... Oh, yeah, all good. You're good. No worries. I'm just... You know me, chatting to myself all the time. Oh! That basculin is in it of itself is... Oh, okay. That's why there are 3. I was about to say, I, like, didn't even consider that for a moment. There are 3. That's hilarious. Because there's the red form, right? The red form, which has like the red eyes and that keeps its mouth shut. The white form is Arceus specific. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay. The red and blue ones don't evolve. But okay. Okay, we've pieced it together. Now what the fuck am I doing here? I just gave you that and I don't have... Oh, fuck my life. Okay. I have 58. That's not good. I'm gonna have to grind. I should have saved so that way I could have just gone somewhere else, but... let's explore at least, see what we can find. So here, so in this place, we're looking for Cherubian Cherum, still Basculin. Those are my juniors. Nose Pass, that is another one. Huh. For a second I thought that one was shiny. No. Alright, cool. Let me think. Okay, so red and blue cannot be found in Hisui, which is here. So I only need 2 Basculin. Oh. Oh, I think I see the issue. Huh. So the other problem is we're gonna find fucking... Let me think here, let me think. That's interesting. That's... Okay, hold on. What I'm reading right now is interesting for Basculin. This is why you have to also do your own research while subsequently finding your own. Because some of the people's research can be cool. So... we have to catch 3 Basculin. Shiny. 1 will just be a regular old Basculin. That's fine. The second would be female, and the third one would be male. And the reason for that is because that's what dictates what Basculegion you get. Which I thought would be super difficult. There seems to be a much easier way. Apparently Cobalt Coastlands, there's an area where only male Basculin spawn, and then there's one where only female Basculin spawn. Now, how somebody figured that out without probably copious amounts of testing, besides me. But that does give us a lead. That is something up here, which is probably a Gligar. I had to guess. No. It's a Golduck. Hi. Interesting. Well, Sparks will be happy. Hey, Heracross. Okay. So that makes sense there. Evolving it's gonna suck, but that should be okay. So here's the thing. Alabaster Icelands, I think we still will check for EVs and Basculins, but that's going to be our place to find trash Burmy and Wormadam. I think that's the be-all, end-all there. Unless I get it traded, and if I get it traded, then everything is great. And if I don't, then, you know, we'll just suffer trying to find it. Once again, if you have shinies that you would like to trade, feel free. Okay. Coronado Highlands is the next place I need to really piece together what I'm looking for. So let's go to Coronado there. Let's kind of figure out what I'm looking at. Okay. So Pokemon-wise, what Pokemon do I not have that is on this list? Also, I'm going to just update this so that way. Buster. Burmy, Brush, Worm, Eevee, B, Esculin, Esculin, that's that done. Cornot. Well, let me, so I'm just gonna delete all of this. Just to make it easier for me here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Do this. Alright, so for Coronado Highlands, so hopefully we can get back there. Yeah, Mega's not good. Cobalt Coastlands, that's next. You know what, we'll do Cobalt Coastlands here. Figure this out. Alright, so excuse me. So we do need a single Growlithe. This is, oh, okay, hold on. We got Growlithe over here. Growlithe, and we also got Prinplup, so that is fine. So Growlithe, if I'm looking on the thing, there's massive mass outbreaks and there. So for Cobalt, Growlithe, and then also Piplup, Prinplup, and Polion. Okay. So that's that. Let's take a look at, we'll go for the Prinplups first, because that can get us a Napoleon. Hello. Nice to see y'all again. The Growlithe is actually the scary one, because with it being a star, it could possibly be a Arcanine one later. I don't really want to deal with Arcanine. So how's the Hades playthrough been going? Pretty good. A lot of wins. I'm terrible with the Beowulf shield. But we're going to be playing that later today. I don't know why that didn't even count as a back hit. Ricotta and spinach stuffed pasta? Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, that guy's gone. So I'm gonna go for Growliths. We're hoping for a shiny one. There. I think you are yellow, right? Does any one of you want to prove me right? Nope. Ow, holy hell. The wolf whoops are crazy. Where did you come from? If it's Arcanine, we're sad. We are sad. Go figure. Alright. So I'm gonna use Serby to just kind of get a better idea of like where we need to go for what we're looking for. So Growliths are gonna be up here. So let's go check those. It's cooked, which is good. Chicken noodles. I need to get better at eating like healthier meals. This is also a potential place for Trash Burmy and Wormadam, but not nearly as good. Nothing. I just realized I don't even think we ate supper yesterday. But while that's going on, Magnemite. Magnemite's only space-time distortions, which blows. Same with Magneton. Yeah, Magneton's also space-time distortion only. That's the ones that, like, we're gonna have to rely on Scarlet and Violet to get. We already have a Magnemite, I just need 2 more. Let me write that on our list. So Magnemite, Magneton, Magnemite, Magneton, Magneton. Because there is a Magnezone that's here too. So. Here. Okay. Doesn't look like any there. So Tranquility Cove. Okay. So over here, I think are only the male ones. And then over here are only the female ones for Basculin. Let me just kind of keep this going just to see what else I need. Eevee. Okay, so Eevee does spawn where? 2 spots. I'm not considering this an Eevee place. Like this just I mean I should. I should just in case. Um Nope, 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 nope. Okay, Remoraid. So where's Remoraid? Okay, so kind of all around and then a mass outbreak. It's all within. So we go from here, kind of like here and here, and then near the shore in this middle area, and then along the coast and here. So we go kind of like back towards here. And then it's actually in each part of the hand. Each part of the hand has one up until here. So that seems reasonable for Remoraid. We only need one, so Remoraid. Don't need, nope, 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 nope. Piplup is only up there, and then the Massive Mass Outbreaks. Prinplup, same thing. Polion, same thing. Burmy and Wormadam happen everywhere. That's not too difficult to do. We just have to go around. Combis are only there, but it doesn't look like they go in trees, so I don't need to go for trees for combis. Delos is just on some of the islands. That's fine. Do I put Trash Burmy and Wormadam here? Yes, I do. Grash. Oh, okay, hold on. Can I please fix this? Please. Trash Burmy. Trash Burmy female. Wormadam. Combi female. Another one. Delos or Gastrodon? Delos, Gastrodon. Just taking a look at anything else. Happiny does spawn. So that is another one that we need. Happiny. Finian is only up there. Interesting. And then same with Luminian. So Finian and Luminian, which I don't remember how they evolve. I think it's just through levels. So I don't think I need to worry about anything there. Megazone, yeah, that's Oh, behind the island has some Basculin too. That's something I need to be aware of. Basculegion. Cool. Okay. I see where I want to go, and I think this is actually worth it. So let's show this off. I did not realize that this was a possibility. This could help the route here for a little bit. Apparently some spawn back on this island back here. There's no reason you would ever go here, but just a few Basculin, not bad. So we could just kind of like, what we could do is we just start from here, go up, jump, and then circle back around. It's not terrible. Quillfish is, I mean, we don't need Quillfish. Checking the trees. There's a Magmortar there, that's funny. Okay, so Finion is like close to this island. It looked like. It looked like it was like kind of pseudo near this island. And then over here. There's the Mantikes. We don't need them, but they're there. I'm gonna save. Feels like the right thing to do. The Basculin. Riolu. It's funny that we got like Riolu and Lucario, we got so fast. So there's a fair bit of Pokemon that we need to get into Cobalt Coastlands. Once again, it's all just about making sure that I, one, get them, but also two, like if somebody else has them, I want to make sure I can do some proper trades. Folion. It is evening time. We do want to try to not have to worry about drift balloons. That is fine regardless. Remoraid is like the surprise of like what we haven't seen yet. Like, cool. Well, that's off the list. That's off the list. I don't have to worry about Finian or Luminion anymore. Cool. So we'll just evolve that. Not bad. Next is Remoraid. I mean, out of everything that we've done the past 2 days, we got 3 new ones, which is good. So if I'm reading this right, I need to stay over close to here. This should give us like our best shot. Then we cut through the middle right here. That should be our next set of Remoraid. It is. There's a lot of them that have spawned, so like this should be okay. And then we also have the hand. Remoraid should have been one of the easier catches. I just wasn't aware of how this was gonna go. And then over here is gonna be Basculin. Weirdly enough, it looks like Cobalt Coastlands is not gonna be the best place for Basculin. It really seems like it's gonna be Alabaster Icelands. Alright, so then the next thing is that each one of these fingers can have Remoraid. You think a pink fish would stick out. Well, I could just do this. This makes more sense, right? Yeah. There is a small spot for Remoraid, but I'm not too worried about it. You'd think the pink fish would be more common, because the next place we can go to is Quillfish, which I'm not needing. Okay, this worked out well. This worked out well. The only ones that suck are going to be Magnemite and Magnezone. But that's going to be Space-Time Distortions, which I don't want to deal with. Also, according to this, Combi, like, could be in one tree here, and that's it. Oh, and then Eevee could be right here, but it would have to be daytime. So that's why it's, like, probably best, like, when we first start to just immediately go to daytime. You got 20 Pokemon, and one of them's a shiny Finneon. Congratulations. Nothing new this time? Buddy, I've already maxed out the Pokedex eons ago. Sorry, I'm doing some mental math. That. Are any of my Pokemon level 80 yet? Useless still 76. Actually, we could just kind of move some Pokemon around. We don't need too many. Let's level you up. Probably 2 more. Yep. Get Ursaluna. We'll probably do 10. Alright, a little bit overboard. I have my old Golduck here. Useless. I gave too much. Never mind. Perfect. I think you're going to be 8. How much? You are probably 11. Alright, cool. They are all set. Let's get them back in their respective spots. The Psyduck over here, good. This Vespiquen's gonna be an interesting one to get, but that's okay. Cleavor just needs a level up. I'm a Caesar. Do those. Ursaluna. I can finally replace Ursaluna, which is great. Put it in the release area. While I'm at it, we can get this Finneon to evolve. Mamoswine's done. Alright. Good progress being made still. Heracross actually needs to be leveled up too. Same with Mime Jr. Well, that Psyduck is level 80. It just needs to get its stats better. So let's go. Let's get all the stats up for. Well, first off, actually, you are going to be leveled up a bit because I need to evolve you. Congratulations, you just became level 48. And then we will evolve you into Luminion. Look at the fish is happy. Cool. Now, everyone's favorite time of keeping stats. Wow, it's HP was already at 3. That's cool. It'd be so nice when I don't need these anymore. Now, while we are finding new things, we aren't finding what I want. So since we're 2 hours into the stream, the question is, do I just focus on the ones that I need? Or do I just move on from there? The problem is we're catching less and less Pokemon, which means like we're not going to be releasing more unless we actually like get more. Oh, I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that this was gonna be a thing. Oh, so much spamming. At least some of these are already like at their proper level. I'm almost out of like the candies, which is a little concerning because that means I'm gonna have to do the thing again if I want to get way more stuff to sell. Luckily, I have more pebbles than I know what to do with. I'm junior, it's fine. Alright, and then finally, all the rocks. And we don't need to worry about Psyduck anymore. Alright, perfect. Now I can go back over to you and drop off the Psyduck that we don't need anymore. Vespiquen we don't need. Mr. Mime, what do you need? We'll put you right there, buddy, and then I need to do the same thing I just did. You already have that maxed. However, I'm running out of grit gravel, which is a sentence I never thought I would say, considering how much grit gravel we had prior. But once we're done with like the grit dust, then like we're smooth sailing from there. Perfect. Get you these. Can we talk about how smug Luminian's like portrait looks? Like that looks like the smuggest fish of the land. Alright, cool. Back to the next place. I'm saving. We are over 500 hours in this game. Crazy. I don't want to go there. Okay, this could be a great time to check the Crimson Mirelets. Just because this is another place that we need to, like, check to see what I need. So, Crimson Mirelands. We are looking for... Okay, Eevee does show up. The question is where? Oh, just Spacetime Distortions? Eevee does not show up there. Never mind, I take that all back. Unknown. I mean, Unknown do spawn. Unknown. We can always check the Unknown area. Like, it's going to be going back and forth a lot, but like that is something that I could do. Okay, Barboach. It's exactly where I thought, and same with Wishcash. Okay, so Barboach and Wishcash are two. Oh, Barboach / Wishcash. Pretty sure I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Nope, I spelled it right. Sick. Okay, Combi is only in the trees on the right-hand side of the map. You're playing the new Rune Factory? Nice. The game? True. How's the new Rune Factory? Alright, Vesperquin. Also in the trees over there. Oh my gosh, that... I could have been doing that so long ago. Combi, female. Vesperquin. Hold on, there could be some good shit over there. Cherubi is only in 4 trees. I'm gonna put it there. Cherim also could be there too. Cherubi. Excuse me. Anything else I need? Happiny. Nope. Oh, and then Gumi and Sliggoo. Okay. So we can go to Crimson Mirelands then. Farming is a lot similar as it's leveling stuff up. Nice. So I think the way that I want to do this is first by making it daytime. Because I don't want to deal with your food. No way I'm yawning right now. I think the way I want to go is do this. We check in here for unknown. Hi. That's a very angry unknown. Just go all the way down here. This is going to be for the Barboach. And now that I know what trees to look for, we shouldn't be in too terrible a position. Because it goes down here, and then we go this way. There should be some more Barboach over here. Also, some of the shaking trees over here could be Cherubis. Doesn't look like it. Yep. Barboaches over here. There's 2 of them. That's the one that we're looking for. That was pretty simple. Cool. Another one off the list. Okay, so we could keep going down here for Cherubis. I think it's still worth it just because we still need to find one more. So that's not going to be terrible. That's a big duck. Alright, Gumi's all over here. Nothing crazy. So there's nothing in the middle here that we need. I now don't need to go over here. So let's delete the cell and shift up. So now all that's left is Combi and Vespiquen. If we're going to get those, we need to go this way. And it's only, from what I understand, it is only the trees here that can shake. We will also check the Alpha Vespiquen while we're here too. So if survey is correct, this is either a Combi or a Vespiquen. Combi. The problem is we need to find a Combi that's a female. Also don't need to completely spill my drink on me. Here's the thing. Like, I don't want to go in there just because there's just one of the sisters usually shows up there. Vespiquen, we'll take a look. Okay. So no more trees. Now it's just looking for these until this point. So the shaking trees aren't going to have combis from what it was looking like on the map from this point on. Keep going. This area for the bees. Let's just double check. Are you a Burmy, Wormadam, or a Combi? You're a Burmy. Yeah, that makes sense. So only southeast. We'll have it. Okay, so we also just got a Barboach. So that's sick. Hi. Yeah, I caught a shiny Barboach. Which means if we're not counting all the individual unknown, which I don't know if I should or not. I feel like I should. That just seems like a terrible idea. Alright, I think I could just level you up. And then we'll just... Casito. Just go back out there. Ooh. Both of those are good. Okay. Both of those are good, and both of those are different areas that I need to check off the list. We'll go here first. We'll check the Obsidian Fieldlands, see what exactly we need here still. While I'm at it, I'm going to rest until morning. I think that's just going to be our menu, like standard. Just resting till morning. Then we're going to get, we're going to put Heracross back. So let me see. Cleaver, Caesar, Heracross, Mime Jr., Mr. Mime. Cool. Next. Grab that Barboach. We're gonna level you up, little guy. Except I am out of gravel, so that's gonna suck for a little bit. Cool. I'm gonna just give you these. Let's see if we can get some headway done. Got it. Cool. And we'll do this. Okay. That's fine. So now comes the question. So we have Happiny over here. That is another one that we need. Well, let's take a look and see here what I need. Eevee, Eevee is only in the in the Horseshoe Plains. Once again, we will put that Eevee is here just on the rare chance that one of those decides to sparkle. Not really holding my breath though for it. What else do we need here? We do need Johto Sneasel. Yeah, we do need Johto Sneasel. And then I'm going to make this and this different color. That way I know that they're space-time distortion only. Coronat Highlands is going to make me depressed on that front, but that's okay. Anything else that I need? Combi is only... So, on the islands and far right, but there's no Vespiquen, so I think we can get a Combi female. I just have to, like, focus on that bottom right area. Cherubi is only in 2 trees. So is Cherim. So, like, you know. Cherubi. Cherim. Don't need those. Don't need that. Happiny. Happiny does spawn a specific spot, so it's not the worst thing. Let's put Happiny on here too, because we do not need that. Okay, based on how it all looks, so the first place we want to go is the Horseshoe Plains around here. There are 4 Eevee spawns from the looks of it, so we just kind of... I'll just head around. I think they're like down here more so. So like we check over here. Hi. I saw 2 Eevee and then I had to second guess myself. That's cool. And also down here could be some more. It's not too crazy. So then what we're going to do is we go to the Grueling Grove, or well, we're going to go to this place first. Grueling Grove, down through the Orborough Tunnel, to the Heartwood, to Reminisce Island, and like that's pretty much where we stop. I mean, Johto Sneasel is still an option. But like I need to get that from somewhere else. Now we catch the Happinies. They're colliding with each other, and that's funny. Is they're hard to catch. You left. Okay. That's a big one. Well, glad to see that it ended on an alpha. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is an alpha Whirlpool. Sick. Okay. Combis are over here. There's also Mothams. The shaking trees can have them. I'm not super concerned about that. And then everything else is just on this part right here. So okay, so Happiny can be up top or down below. I think we'll hear, as long as I jump, I think we can hear if any of the ones above us are. But like, I'm not super holding my breath. Happiny, I think, is just going to be better to get from Mass Outbreak. Right here, every single tree can be a combi. It's just, can we find a female combi? That really is the big question, is if it can find a female combi or not. We've had a few male combis. It's just, it's like what, the 20%? You have to get 20% and then get lucky on top of that. So getting a Vespiquen is just like better if we could just find a Vespiquen. But there's also so many combis around that, you know, there's still a chance. Plus, there's like so many around that like we should be running into more. I mean, that's a male combi. I don't see the thing on top of its head. For those who are also wondering how you can quickly tell if a combi is female or not, the bottom head would have a orange thing on top of it, like an orange triangle. Right, no Cherubies or Cherums this time around. So last places to check is this island, or last place to check, excuse me, is this island. There are trees. If any of them shake, that would be one of them. I think there's a tree over there. Not there, and we are done. It's not terrible. You got 12 Happiny. One of them was bigger than the others. Crazy. We're getting down to the wire here. Coronado Highlands is gonna be the big one. Nope. We are gonna go to Alabaster Islands. We still will check these specifically if we can get more berries. There's also potential of something else. Yeah. So I can go to you. I do have time. Check. Right. Mostly checking the trees. The thing is, I get the feeling we will run into just mindless other shinies as we continue on. There's a lot of trees that we can check. There's a lot of ones that I'm like kind of skimming over. At the end of the world, it's just I don't need to. There's the Apom family. Over here, there should be a Blissey and sometimes an Eevee. Looks like there's not. I don't want to go too far down that way. Just because there's not too much there. Luckily, every shaking tree is a Burmy, so. It's a female Burmy. How sweet. Can we? Now the do what? I also could be checking for Zeroas still. It's not a bad idea. We also just want, we do want berries, so I think with Alabaster Islands, like, I guess there's still a potential, right? I think there's still a potential that a, masculine, like, outbreak could be a thing. Shit. Fucking mean. I just need the guava berries. I was gonna throw some salt at it. That'd have been funny. Okay, cool. Go check next EV area. Poems. Damn. I got fake treed. Can't believe this. I can't believe it. I forgot. That's a double. That's double alpha. Oh god, run, please. Oh man, double alpha is terrifying. I have my Ultra Ball ready. Actually really happy about how much progress was made today. Like 2.5 hours. I should end a stream here because like we had like 4, but I want to keep the momentum going. Had some good momentum. Let's see if we can keep it up. If I can get one part of the Hwah or multicolored fox or multi-purpose fox, I think we'll be okay. I do need to finish out the Coronado Highlands thing, but that's okay. Shaking. Once it gets down to the wire, like where I only have to just keep going in and out to check things, like that'll be a big plus. Not bad. 10 Pokemon gets 10 berries. Not bad, not bad. Well, I should probably check the Highlands now. It's Coronet Highlands, by the way. But I'm going to keep calling it Coronet. Alabaster Islands is still good. I just want to see what the massive mass outbreaks, if it's like even worth like checking. Like that's something that I'm like considering, right? Is if Basculin can show up, or Basculin and Eevee can show up in like massive mass outbreaks, then it's worth it to give them the berries to Munchlax. But if they don't, I should really stop giving the berries. We'll have to just kind of play it by ear, though. Nothing. A bunch of monkeys. Got over here. Some more monkeys. At least they're happy monkeys. I remember when Apom used to be my favorite Pokemon. I don't know why. I think I was a big fan of monkeys. Well, while we're doing this, we'll just take a look. Okay, in the Coronet Highlands, Eevee is only in Space-Time Distortions. I don't think anyone's surprised. Son of a bitch. There are Basculin in the Coronet Islands? Hold on, this might be some news to me. I know you're not there. Boom, 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 boom. Nose Pass. Okay, so Nose Pass I know can like come out of the rocks, right? Or like the ore veins, but it's really not worth it. Because like, sure, he sometimes is there, but not always. No EVs this time around. Okay. For Shaking Tree. That looks like an Alpha Rufflet. It is. I know my alphas. Okay, so like what? Nose Pass is the only one? Let me finish this here. So nose pass. Okay, Craniotos, Rampardos, Shieldon, and Bastiodon. We know that. Is it Craniados? Is that how you spell it? Granados. Okay. I don't know how to fucking spell you people. Rampardos. Pardos. Craniados, Rampardos. And Shieldon, Bastiod. Shieldon, Bastiodon. Yep. Cherubi. Okay, Cherubi's far right up there and down there. So nothing in the middle. Is it the same for Cherim? Yes, so Cherubi and Cherim. Cherubi, Cherim. What else we got? Happiny. Something to show up. Magnezone. There are 3 Magnezone flying around. So, like, I probably should check. There are Basculin and Cornell Highlands. I'm just dumb. Rotom. Oh, Rotom could be in the boxes. I thought only Voltorbs could. Rotom. I need 2 Rotoms left, I think. Double check that later. Basculin, just down there. Goomy. Ligu. And Rowlet. Goomy. Ligu. Rowlet. Okay, so that should be all of them. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Basculin. Okay, let's run away. Sorry, I just need to double check my fucking options here. Hey, listen, there's another. The amount of alphas is staggering. Also, we were in that fight so long that it turned nighttime. I don't think the Drifloons actually affect nighttime here. I need to be prepared just in case. Just in case. I mean, personally, if we get I saw that. I don't know why I didn't see that earlier, but it just changed. If we get a Basculin, I think that we can call this a success. If we get a Burmy or Wormadam, I think we saw it a success. Anything else, like, I think it was inevitable that we were going to get it eventually. Running the way. Problem is, with Eevee, I need to actually get all the different types of Eevee before we do anything. I do have things I can trade, so like... The thing is, the people who probably would trade or might be in school right now, or class. Nope. Nothing. Yep. Oh, just heading out. Sounds good. Like how I said, we're never going to have to go to Alabaster Icelands again. And meanwhile, it's going here all the time. It is nighttime, which, like before I was like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. But now that there's EVs here at play, resting till morning is just the better idea. So the next question is, also the elephant in the room has to do with all those unknown. Like I could in theory capture, it was 28 and unknown, so hold on, it's actually 27, including exclamation point and question mark. It's an Eevee. It's not blue. Some monkeys. Nothing over here. That could be a grind in of itself. But that would take a long time, and that would be something we do, like, probably at the very end. War Madame! War Madame! I don't know what shiny hunters would be thinking if, they tried doing, like, shiny hunting Burmese and stuff in, like, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Like, that just seems horrible. Still a Wormadam. Listen, they're trying their best. And this is when we hear the sound of splendid times. No, I thought that we could, like, bait it out. Like, that would have been funny. Ish. That started shaking at the last second. Like, the literal last second. You know, how do a lot of these Pokemon just float? Oh, if that alpha one, that would have been crazy. Because then I know that I could have caught that one. It'd have been like easy as pie. Obama Snow. I remember when it took so long to catch an Obama Snow, let alone a Snover. Good times, good times. Nada. Another nada to add to the list. Meanwhile, Alpha Basculin there, angry as hell. Hello! Return to the village, please. I don't know why, because I'm not finding what I need. Alright. Coronet Highlands. Since it's the only one, what I can do is I can actually save and then just like hold on to the berries if I need to. At 58, like, it's not that big of a deal. We shouldn't be doing this too much longer, I hope. What do you got? Oh my gosh, we could permutate the Rotoms. Do I want to though? That's the question. Do I want to permutate the Rotoms? That is a fantastic question. I could. So not gonna run away. Is that how we're ending off the stream? Just permutate a Rotom? No, because I still have others I need to do. Like, we'll go to Rotom and we'll see if one of them's yellow. Like, cool. But like, it doesn't. There's still a chance. I was about to say, did you get angry? Don't have to worry about this too much. Hopefully one of you turn yellow. Doesn't have to, but... Ooh. Rotoms. Rotoms are a bit hard to catch. Let it be known. Here's the problem. Next, we're gonna see Alpha Rotoms. And that's when things turn dicey. Come on. Yeah, I had a feeling. Only 3 of you? There are. Alright, cool. Don't need to really catch the remaining ones of those. I'll do it because I want to. Catch you. Damn it. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. We're in the clear. We're good. Basculin. Well, now that I know that they could be in boxes, I don't actually even need to go down that like long stretch over there. It's just mostly checking these and then going from there. Cool. I don't think it's right there, so I think it's these are one. These down here, where the Snover is. Look at all the Volturbs. This actually might be. Hold on. I'm pressing every wrong button. I'm still pressing every wrong button. Are you a Cherubi or are you a... No, you are a Cherum. Okay. That's fun. Do you know it's raining? Crazy. Probably. So, apparently, Rotoms can be inside of boxes. One of you looks slightly different. I wonder if it's the one that looks slightly more purple. Can you stop harassing me, Gaslies? Gaslies, I don't need this. Thank you. So is it off the cliff? Is that where this is? I need to grab it. Yeah, it's off the cliff. I don't think I've really ever been to that lake over there, but that's fine. Alright, time to catch a bunch of bronzor, and if one of those is green, well, I'm not surprised, just disappointed. Hello. I hear that you all have something for me. What is berries? The Bronzong has escaped. For a second, I thought that this one was different. That one's definitely a Burmy in there. Hello. $1,000% a Burmy. Alright, cool. Nothing in that area. So now I just have to go to where the Snover is. Oh, I need to go check the nose pass area. That would make sense. Is there anything around here that's shaking? Nope. Just gonna go to Gumi Land, check the nose pass area, and then we should be set. No, this is a Heracross. It's caught up. Do I get rewarded for my memory? Because there's a bunch of fucking other there. Okay, all that's left then is to go to the summit camp and go to the land of where the Magna Zones are something else I should be looking into, right? Like I was considering it, but they're just like so out of the way. It just seems better if I end up going for like something else. I have the hiccups right now. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say there's nothing. I feel like we would hear the Magna Zone still because we just kind of go through it all. Shiny Ghastly. Be something for the Sparkertons, we'll see. Hi, Blasi, welcome back. How are you? Excuse me. Well, Magikarp and a Prinplup. Magikarp and a Prinplup. Let's go do Prinplups first. Never know, could be something cool. That's not what I want to throw. You assaulted one of us, you assault all of us. Bro. Yes. One of you should be different. That'd be great. Not in Napoleon way. That sucks. Water blaster? True. The penguinos are going to get me. Not the penguinos. The reported Pokemon is gone. Alright. Probably after Magikarp we'll go. Round. I just want to get one new one. If we can get one new one, then I think we'll be good. However, it's Magikarp. So, like, that Magikarp escaped an Ultra Ball. Give that one a medal. It escaped a... You're not a Magikarp. No way. I'm in awe that the Magikarp just... That. Alright, cool. Crazy, that's all of it. Now it's all going from point A to point B and going to sleep so it becomes daytime. I think after this next area, I'll probably end off the stream. It's like I said, since this is mostly just a continuation from yesterday's stream. That's the world's biggest Staraptor. Yeah, I think we've done more than everything. Please don't attack my Caesar. That was rude. Now we flee. We'll switch to the derpy fish. Or the sassy fish. I'm looking for yellow. For a second, I saw the sphere of something back there, and I was like, that can't be right. The floating fish. Will we find a new one? Or we will not find anything at all? Hard to tell. It's a Burmy! And then we take the leap. Head to the next area. This is the point where we save. Because something could always go wrong with the Basculin. Something could always go wrong. Let's see if we get lucky. Not over here. Dang, the rainstorm may only go on a bit longer. Tragedy. Travesty. That tree is shaking. What do you want? It's a Burmy. No, I don't. I know I don't need to worry about Finian, so like, just head straight over here. Nothing. Anything like back here? Nope. Nothing. Nothing at all. But the Empoleon over here is gonna be different. Nope. Still the same. There's a lot of ducks. And he waddled away, waddle waddle. And he waddled away, waddle waddle. Waddled away. To the very next day. That's a shaking tree. Is there a Burmy there for me? The answer is yes, but it's not the one I want. So I'm sending it away to get turned into sauce. This reminds me of the question that Foxy asked me yesterday. Speaking of food, what do I even get for lunch today? That I was like, that looks suspicious. Look at this Gastrodon. It's gassy. We get pizza? The question, I guess, more so is from where? I've been like picky about pizza lately. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm checking those either. The rainstorm has ended. Papa John's? Damn, Bossy, that's expensive ass pizza. It's good, but like expensive. Also don't know if there's one near me. Might be a drive and a half to get there. I don't want something close. It has to be real bad. Sounds about right. Now we're gonna hear multiple different Pokemon noises. I just don't want to have to drive. It's a bit lazy today. Oh wait, I don't need to do anything else. I could just go. Actually, no. There's technically some other things I could do. Cats. Then the bees. There could be bees around here. There were indeed no bees. Alright, we're gonna do one more area and then I think we can call it a wrap. Let's see what we got. Chimeco. That's funny. Let's go Crimson Mirelands. Chimeco being there is cool and all, but it could remove some stuff. You may be asking yourself, Kit, why are you yawning? And the answer to that question is, Kit's always tired. Oop. And all the eyeballs turn to face Kit. Here's the other thing is, like, there's those cherubi trees down there, right? I could check them. And I probably should just for safety. I don't have to, but I could. Chorizo. Aren't any of these trees shaking? Oh. Gumi and Sliggoo time. We hoping for the best of luck. Just need one of them. There was a time when we got a bunch of Goomies and I evolved them all because I was dumb. No Goomies. Now it's time for the bees. Nothing but bees. Is there a female combi? That's the question we ask ourselves. Is there a female combi? So far, no shaking trees, nothing. Is the Vespiquen then a actual... Seriously, none of these trees are shaking. Is the Vespiquen a different color? No. I would go all the way around to see if any of these combis are different. Survey says no. None of the bees are different. All right. Well, that was fun. Found nothing. All right. No, we didn't find a Hwah, and we didn't find a multi-purpose fox. That's fine. That is fine. Yo, let's go! Somebody gave me my stuff back. Good stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for right now. I'm gonna get some food. I'll figure it out. Blessy, pizza is a valid choice. I just don't know if I want to commit to that right now. We'll see. But I could probably order like something. It might be a play. Anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna be doing Persona 5 Royal with Doge in about 4 hours, give or take, and then after that we'll do some Hades. So we have quite a lot of stuff planned today. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Of course, my name's Katafi, and I'll see you next time for some more Reddit gaming. See you later. Peace. Bye, everyone.